Lesson 2, Phonology and Phonetics in Signed Languages. When we think of phonology and phonetics, we often think of sounds. In spoken languages, phonology is the study of how sounds function and interact in a language, while phonetics focuses on the physical production and perception of these sounds. But for sign languages, which rely on the visual gestural modality rather than the auditory vocal channel, the concept of phonology might sound misplaced at first. How can there be phonology without phones, speech sounds? Yet research shows that sign languages have rich phonological systems too. They just operate visually, not vocally. This lesson explores how phonology works in sign languages, why it matters for interpreters, and how understanding these foundational principles helps you produce clear, accurate, and culturally appropriate interpretations. We will also look at real-life scenarios interpreters face when phonological aspects of a sign language directly affect meaning. To start, think about the basic building blocks of signs. William Stocko, often called the father of sign linguistics, showed in the 1960s that American Sign Language, ASL, signs could be broken down into smaller units. Just like words in spoken languages are built from phonemes. For sign languages, these visual phonemes include 5 key parameters: hand shape, location, movement, palm orientation, and non-manual markers like facial expressions. Changing just one of these can change the meaning of a sign, much like swapping a single sound in a spoken word. For example, in ASL, the sign for mother is made with an open hand, the 5 hand shape placed on the chin, while father uses the same hand shape but is placed on the forehead. A simple change in location creates a completely different meaning. In Ghanaian Sign Language, GHSL, there are also pairs of signs distinguished only by subtle differences in hand shape or location. If an interpreter confuses these parameters, the meaning can shift drastically, creating misunderstandings that can undermine trust. Consider this real scenario. A novice interpreter once described an experience interpreting at a parent-teacher conference for a deaf mother. She mistakenly signed father instead of mother while referring to the parent. The deaf mother looked puzzled, then offended. A small location error in the sign altered the entire meaning. From the interpreter's perspective, it was an honest slip, but for the deaf parent, it suggested carelessness and a lack of respect. This example reminds us that phonology in sign languages is not just abstract theory, it directly affects real people's lives. Beyond location, hand shape is another critical element. Sign languages have a limited but rich inventory of hand shapes. A simple mistake in the hand shape can change a sign entirely. In ASL, the signs for summer and ugly are very similar. Both involve a movement across the forehead with the index finger. But ugly uses an extended index finger that bends into Ankh shape during the movement. Mix up these subtle features, and your meaning changes from describing the season to insulting someone's appearance. Interpreters must train their visual memory and motor control to produce signs accurately and distinguish minimal pairs, signs that differ by only one parameter. Now, let's look at movement. Many signs are distinguished by movement type. Direction or repetition, for instance. In ASL, the sign for sit uses a single motion, while chair repeats that same motion twice. This repetition creates a noun form, an example of a phonological rule in signed languages that turns actions, verbs into things, nouns. Interpreters unaware of this subtlety might sign sit when the speaker clearly means chair. Imagine an interpreter rendering a classroom instruction as put it on the sit instead of put it on the chair. Continue learning on interpretertrainers.com.